want to thank Melinda and the Art Center for doing this. I think it was a great experience for me. So essentially, I like to do figurative work. I found that I use sketchbooks all the time to do ideas and to figure out what I'm going to do with paintings. And so again, my favorites are doing figurative work, as you can tell, and landscapes. I like to do a lot of landscapes, plein air, alla prima, just quickly to get color and palette knife and texture and things like that. And the figures that take more time with. These are from different series. Again, there's the plein air on the sides. These are series that I've done where I take figures and kind of change their heads with tumors and things out of medical textbooks that I have. I like to deal with like contradictions and irony in art, and I just feel like a lot of great art has tension. Any good movie or novel has like the tension and the climax and all that. But visual art, a lot of times we don't allow ourselves to have anything, you know, tension, negative, or something screwy or bizarre with it. So I kind of like to incorporate that. So this is a series where I, you know, married brides to soldiers, and this kind of reflects back to the last pandemic and the last, you know, century of war, gas masks and things like that. And then I love doing figures and flesh tones, and that's the beginning. So these are all what I created during the time of we had to do the sketchbook project. And when I got them, I said, how am I going to put these together? And then I thought about Renaissance altarpieces, which I love, Renaissance altarpieces, where you have this main, and it's usually a Madonna, and, you know, could be St. Joseph, and they always have saints on the side, and then like it's set in a landscape, and then you have a cherub on top. So I thought that this was kind of an irony of setting this up like a Renaissance landscapes. And then I said, why not call it like my altar to my influences, because everything's an influencer now. And again, like I always look back to other artists as influences for me. A lot of Lucian Freud, the Renaissance artists, Savio Botticelli. My landscapes take on a Cézanne quality to them, whether I like it or not. Singer Sargent is another influence for me with the brushstrokes and things like that. So that's how this came into being. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
How did the sketchbook work for you for this project?
So again, it helps from anything from figuring out proportions, because I use found photos for these, and so you have a photo of a bride from a bride magazine like this, and then, you know, something I found online like the soldier like this, and so you have to work out the proportions and on the sizes of the canvas that I want. Same thing with like the models on the side. So the sketchbook helps me kind of figure out those proportions, figure out how things work, try to get composition down. I put in this flesh tones into my sketchbook because I love to practice and try all different types of flesh tones as well. I did a lot of drawings of different figures, thinking how I would use them, maybe how I would use them in the future, that type of thing. So, and then a lot of times writing down your thoughts. I kind of use it almost more, you know, like a lot of times I write down, you know, mixtures of paints that I've done. I didn't necessarily do it so much in here, but I do that at home all the time, because I'm like, how did I get that I like, and how do I like this color up against that color? And I will write down those things as well, because I throw all my paints on one table, and I'm not always sure what I'm grabbing. If I have two purples, which one did I use to make that flesh tone, which yellow? So I try to take those things down as well. So mine is more practical sketchbook, or I look at others and I think of them as works of art in themselves. Mine, I think, is not so much of a art in itself. So, any other questions?
Well, I noticed in your sketchbook there was like a clipping from a medical book and then comments about it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Is that, I mean, do you do that a lot in sketchbooks in general?
Yeah, I do. Like, well, no, not necessarily in the sketchbooks. I try to actually do that in the paintings. Like, if you look closely at this is gonorrhea, and this is Pierre got a shot in his derriere. Is the name of that one, because, you know, you have gonorrhea, you got shot in the backside of penicillin, or Rocephin. I have a medical background. So I did a lot more with the medical textbooks, incorporating them, and I like the words along with the images, and I kind of play them against each other sometimes. So that was kind of put in the sketchbook, yeah. And that was just a sketchbook that I just picked up in the medical library. They were throwing out. It was a urology one. And I thought it was kind of ironic. It was talking about like what women can do to help their man with prostate cancer. The wife helping the husband with the prostate cancer, which I thought was kind of I don't know, a little bit archaic, and then I kind of thought, you know, with the husband and wife thing going on, I thought that that kind of was of interest as well.
What do you have coming up next?
So I'm doing more and more of these, what I call tumor heads, and so I'm gonna have those in October at the Art Barn. So I have a lot of those bigger ones. So I've been working on those, and we're taking basically models' bodies, you know, with these fashionable, crazy clothes, and then I'm putting like, you know, medical distorted faces and heads on them, and it's kind of, I call it to die for, where, you know, we use this fashion to, you know, people go crazy to have the latest fashion, and they'll do anything, you know, do anything to their bodies, ignoring what's going on, sometimes on the inside as well. So I kind of want to bring the inside on the outside, and I kind of wanted to make something ugly, considered ugly, beautiful, like with these tumor heads, try to make them actually beautiful. And kind of, you know, again, I like that contrast between a tumor head on a glamorous body, whether it's a naked body or, you know, it's this, you know, clothing that's just, you know, crazy. So I've been working on those right now.
Where's the art barn?
The Art Barn?
Art
Albany
barn.
Yeah, the barn, yeah.
Gotcha. Does everyone know where the barn is in Albany?
So that'll be in October, so we'll keep knowing those.
Congratulations.
But I continue to do the landscapes, I like to do those in the morning. I'm doing these still as well. And I did bandage paintings, I just finished one, I'm gonna give it to my niece who graduated from college with her